All right, let's dive in. Today we're going to talk about one of the most brilliant, most elegant pieces of tech in Bitcoin. It's the system that makes it almost impossible to lose your money, as long as you follow one simple, crucial rule. Let's get right into it.
Just picture this for a second. You've got your Bitcoin, your digital treasure, but then one day, bam, your laptop dies or you lose your phone. So is it all just gone? For a lot of the early folks, the answer was a heartbreaking yes. But what if there was a way to make sure that never ever happens to you?
Okay, so before we get to the really cool solution, we've got to get one thing straight. We need to clear up a huge misconception about where your Bitcoins actually live.
This is probably the biggest misunderstanding in all of crypto. Your Bitcoin wallet, it doesn't actually hold any coins, not a single one. Your coins only exist on the blockchain, that global public ledger. Your wallet is really just a special keychain. It holds the secret, private keys that prove you own the coins and give you the power to spend them.
And this is where things get kind of scary. If you lose that private key, that's it. There is no forgot my password button. There's no customer service hotline you can call. The coins are still out there on the blockchain, sure, but they're locked away in a digital vault that no one, and I mean no one, can ever open again. Protecting those keys is literally everything.
So how did the first Bitcoin wallets deal with this? Well, to put it mildly, it was a total mess. It was like carrying around a giant, clunky, and ever-expanding keychain. You see, for good privacy, you really shouldn't reuse Bitcoin addresses. You want a fresh one for every payment you get. Well, back in the day, every new address meant your wallet had to create a totally new, completely random private key from scratch, a key that had no connection to any of your other ones. Every single time you clicked Receive, you were just adding another random key to that messy pile.
And this was a complete nightmare for backups. With the old system, you had to back up your entire wallet file every single time you made a new key. If you got a payment and your hard drive failed before you made that next backup, poof, those funds were gone. It was so annoying that it actually pushed people into bad habits, like reusing addresses, which is just awful for your privacy. Now compare that to the new way. You back it up one time and you are set for life.
So what was the big aha moment that fixed all of this? Well, it was a beautifully simple idea. An idea that threw out that messy keychain and replaced it with one single, all-powerful secret.
This is it. This is the whole game changer. Instead of juggling a million random keys, modern wallets start with just one piece of random data. We call this the master seed. Everything, and I mean everything, grows from this one single starting point.
So what is this seed anyway? Is it some super complex formula? Nope, it's just a number. A really, really big random number. A wallet will typically start by generating 128 bits of pure randomness. It's a number so astronomically huge, you have a better chance of winning the lottery every day for a week than of ever guessing someone else's. Okay, and here's where the magic really happens. Using a special mathematical recipe, an algorithm, the wallet can take that one single seed and use it to generate a nearly endless supply of private keys. And the key word here is deterministic. That just means it's predictable. If you start with the same seed, you will always get the exact same keys in the exact same order. No exceptions. This whole process creates this beautiful, organized structure, which leads us to a great way to think about it. The official name for the technology is Hierarchical Deterministic Wallets, or HD wallets for short. But honestly, I just like to call it the magic family tree.
Seriously, just picture a family tree. Your master seed, that's the great-great-grandparent of your entire wallet. From that seed, you can derive a set of child keys. And each one of those keys can become a parent and derive its own grandchild keys, and on and on and on it goes. It creates this perfectly structured, infinitely expandable tree of keys. Okay, so why does this matter? Why is this so much better? Well, for one, organization. You can use different branches of the tree for different things. One for your business, one for your savings. It also makes privacy a breeze, since you can effortlessly generate a new address for every transaction. But the security advantage is just massive. Imagine you run a website. You could give one branch of your public keys to your web server. That server can now generate all the new addresses it needs to receive payments for you, but it has absolutely zero power to spend any of it. The private keys, the real power, never even have to touch the internet.
All right, so we have this incredibly powerful master seed, but there's one last problem we have to solve, and it's a human one. How does a regular person safely back up a gigantic random number? Well, The answer is the thing most of us actually see and use today, your secret recovery phrase. It's the magic spell.
Look, that master seed is just a long string of numbers and letters. It's perfect for a computer, but for a person, it's a disaster waiting to happen. It is so easy to make a tiny typo when you're writing it down, and a single mistake would make your entire backup totally useless. We needed a better, more human-friendly way.
And here is that better way in action. On the left, you've got the seed represented as computer speak. Yeah, good luck writing that down in a hurry without making a mistake. Impossible, right? But on the right, you have the exact same information, just encoded as a simple 12-word phrase. It's the same data, just in a format that we humans can actually handle.
So how do you turn a number into a list of words? It's actually a really clever, standardized 3-step recipe. First, the wallet generates all that pure randomness, called entropy. Second, it adds a little checksum to the end. This is a brilliant feature. It acts like a built-in spell checker for your money. If you mistype just one word when you're restoring your wallet, the checksum won't match, and the wallet will warn you that something's wrong. Finally, it takes that whole long number, chops it up into little 11-bit pieces, and matches each piece to a word from a standard list of 2,048 words.
And this brings us to what is maybe the most important piece of advice in this entire space. It's so easy to look at these words and think, oh, I can just remember that. But human memory is notoriously bad. You can't rely on it. As the source material says, and I'm quoting here, we very strongly encourage you to consider writing it down. You have to. Write it down and keep it somewhere incredibly safe.
So let's bring this all home. That list of 12 or 24 words, that's everything. It's the human-friendly version of your master seed. It is the one and only backup you will ever need. With that simple phrase, you can go to any new phone, any new laptop, download a compatible wallet, type in the words, and perfectly regrow your entire family tree of keys, giving you access to all of your money.
So there you have it. You've seen how we went from a messy, dangerous keychain to a single, elegant, powerful magic spell. A phrase that can restore your entire financial world from nothing. The technology gives you this incredible power. So, the only question left is for you. Now that you know the spell, where are you going to keep it safe?